going to be a little while.
Hi, this is 15-year-old Lindsay Shepard in North Carolina at the Donald Trump Convention with the pregame show.
All right, how would you like to take the camera and let me say something to start?
Sure.
Just hold both parts here. Thank you, Lindsay.
You're welcome.
And then just hold it and point it at me. You know how to do this, right?
Yeah.
You're a member, you're born in 2001. You, of course, know these gadgets. Hey, Adam Taxon here, Greenville, North Carolina, outside the convention center. One of the more awkward lines here, if you take the definition of a line as the shortest distance between 2 points. Thank you for those of you who've been contributing and making it possible for me to travel so much. I'm a fellow Trump volunteer. I'm with the media, so don't worry about me. Adam Taxon, Right Side Broadcasting Network. And probably only a handful of you are watching now. It'll be thousands soon enough. We hope to give you a good show. And I'm going to start off, she doesn't know this yet, by interviewing Lindsay some more. So Lindsay, you can send that back my way. Thank you for holding that. Again, we're incredibly appreciative of those of you who make contributions. Let's go down here. And who make it possible for us to travel. Please keep them coming. Lindsay, let's talk loudly here, because there are quite a few people in the background, and it's a very strange line, as people can see. That ain't what is the geometry definition of a line. So Lindsay, let's hear about you. Are you from Greenville?
I'm from Greenville. I go to Aiden Griffin High School, and I'm in 10th grade, and I'm here to support Trump.
Okay, what's it like being for Trump at your high school? We hear different things at different high schools. Like some places it's the cool thing to do. Some people, the students have to be very quiet about it. Let's go down this way a little bit where we can get better sound.
Well, my school, it's about half and half. Those who aren't for Trump are very against him. So we like to stir it up a little bit.
What do you do when you stir it up a little bit?
I like to have arguments in class about it.
Oh, your teachers allow that?
Yeah.
What are some of the arguments you've had?
About Obamacare and some different, just very big things that are about to happen, whether he gets elected or not, and who supports him.
Okay, so what big things do people expect to happen here in Greenville, North Carolina?
Here we expect for the taxes to go down because we are heavily taxed. And if Hillary gets elected, then they're only going to go up. And if he gets elected, then basically people are going to have to start working.
Let me get a high school student's perspective on something. I imagine sometimes students get in trouble there, not necessarily for supporting Trump. Let's go back a little in the light here, by the way. I think we'll get a better shot of you. Students get in trouble for various things that's been going on as long as there has been a concept called high school. How does it make you feel? I'm not saying you're one of those kids, but what's the reaction when people do so many little comparatively minor things and they see how Hillary gets away with it with everything? How do people teach right and wrong?
Well, really, it's just a very twisted perspective. I mean, she gets away with all these things, and then they expect us to just quietly just go along without speaking about important issues that we're going to have to deal with when we grow up. And they expect us to just stay quiet, and when we do something minor, then they expect to just hound on us, and when she gets away with lots of things.
So it's as if there's a double standard. You know, one rule for the elite, one rule for ordinary people like you or me.
Right.
Any other thoughts you have in terms of what you hope Trump talks about tonight? What you really want to see? What would make this a particularly great rally for you?
For me, if the rally just was awesome, which it's already awesome for me, if there will be something done about public school and being able for teachers to speak more of their mind.
Let's explore this a little bit. Is that something you have personal experience with? Do you have teachers who want to be able to talk more?
I believe that some of them want to, and some of them just are too scared.
They're afraid they'll get in trouble.
Correct.
But not if they support Hillary. Then they can do whatever they want if they support Hillary.
Correct. Like I skipped school today to come, and I got here at 12:45, and I asked my civics teacher, could I get extra credit for if I did, say, a paper on it? And he said, well, if Hillary was here, then you could, but since she's not, you can't.
He really said that?
I don't want to get in trouble for
He
it.
didn't say, when you said that, He didn't say, because you can always just watch the Trump rally later on RSBN, Right Side Broadcasting Network, on YouTube or on rsbn.tv, while no one's doing this for Hillary because no one wants to watch it. But he didn't say that?
No.
Oh, that's what I would have said. A good teacher would have said that. We would have appreciated that. How about you continue to help me out? You're doing a great job, and grab someone from grab people who you think will be very interesting and say, do you want to come talk live with the RSBN pregame show?
All right.
But one very soon. Have 2 or 3 at a time, and bring them right back here if you can. You're doing a great job.
All
Lindsay, right?
Yes.
Okay. Are you on Twitter by the chance, if anyone wants to give you love?
I'm not.
Okay, that's okay. Okay, now what should I say? Get to work. We're not paying you, but we're just appreciative of your volunteering to help us. We'd love to have you talk to RSBN live stream pregame show, and young people, high school students are particularly appreciated. All right, I'll be here or I'll be somewhere else, but I'm going to go here. Any chance we could talk to you for Right Side Broadcasting Network?
Hillary Clinton is a
wait. No, come on. No, I need more than that. We have a long show. Come on over. We love our smokers, especially in the state in Tobacco Road. Someone will hold it for you. Okay, come on over and talk to me. We're not in any rush here. This is not the big media. Wounded Warrior, can we get some light here?
Yeah.
Let's just go a little bit back here. What's your name?
Paul Lofton.
Paul Lofton. I'm going to go over here because the lighting's a little bit better this way. Okay, Paul Lofton, and you have a Wounded Warrior Project hat on. You're talking to a very conservative channel, by the way. Don't worry. You can be at ease here. Are you a military guy?
I got out back in 2007, yeah.
Which branch were you in?
United States Marine Corps.
Okay, Semper Fi. Thank you for your service. Okay, we're not in any rush. We have a long pregame show. You have a lot of opinions, it seems like. Let's start talking to whatever you want now that you have an audience.
Well, the first thing you got to look at, you got to look at common sense here. I mean, the country can't sustain what's been going on over the past 8 years. Since President Obama has been in office, we've seen the price of gas hike anywhere from $2 to sometimes even $4 a gallon. Mm-hmm. That right there is really the first thing, because let's face it, you got to have gas in your vehicle to travel so you can get back. You know what I'm saying? So that way you can get to work every day. You know what I'm saying? And more money you got to spend on that there. That's hard to take care of a family that way. It's hard to take care of a wife and kids. I don't have any children or a wife myself, but still at the same time I have my mom and I have my sister and her and my nieces and nephews. So I got my family, and I understand that their pain is pretty bad because of that. That's number one. Number two, if Hillary Clinton wins the election, you've got potential for more Supreme Court judges, liberal Supreme Court judges, being on panel. Well, I don't want my right of religion, right of way of life, right to carry a gun. I don't want that there. I don't want that messed with. Think about something real quick. This is something that Carl Rhodes said a while back. On her website, she's got up there that she wants to ban any military-style weapon. Here's the problem, though. What construes as a military-style weapon? You see what I'm saying? Oh, sorry. The problem with that is that she's basically opening up a ban on anything she can. That's just not right. I figure, why should 75% of the people in this country suffer because of a liberal elite section? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Hold on, I'm going to say you're doing a great job, Lindsay. You can keep looking for other people. You're going to be next on with RSBN, but this man has served our country and he's very interesting to talk to, so we'll keep going. It's fine to smoke on camera. We support that, and we like to point out that this part of North Carolina has a lot of history with the tobacco.
Now remember something. Her husband, Bill, I remember this, he initiated a tobacco tax. So, I mean, once again, when if the Clintons are in office, you're going to see a lot of stupidity. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, biggest thing.
What about her lawlessness? What about the fact that that people in the military? No, I am trying to get you started. I'm trying to have an interesting conversation for the people watching.
You just know that she's extremely corrupt. She's extremely lawless. She can't tell the truth about anything. She lies about lying, and she's just not who needs to be running this nation.
As a veteran, what would you think about serving under a commander-in-chief like that when you see people getting in trouble for doing 1/1000th of what she did? You know, mentioning something slightly confidential to his girlfriend.
Let me put it to you this way here. If she is president of the United States, our ROE, our rules of engagement for our troops is going to change so bad to where you can't defend yourself in combat. And look, I was a tanker in the Marine Corps, okay? So I drove a tank. But that does not mean that I did not serve with grunts. They were on the ground in the Operation Phantom Fury, the Battle of Fallujah. What if the ROE was fixed to where they couldn't fight back? We'd lose men. This is the type of stuff you're looking at with the President Clinton. You're looking at stuff like that there. You're looking at the ability to not be able to protect your home. That's the type of stuff you're looking at. And I just can't imagine a world where she, to put it in best terms, everything that she does has got to do with political correctness. One of the very first things,
enriching herself.
One of the first things I noticed about Donald Trump when he was running for president was he said we're going to be able to say Merry Christmas again, just for example. I mean, you can, if you go up north to say Vermont or whatnot, they get mad because you say Merry Christmas. Come on, man.
Right.
Yeah, they do. They get mad if you say Merry Christmas.
Certain parts of Vermont. You got to remember, Vermont is very rural in a lot of places. It's very conservative. It's just
what I meant to say is Massachusetts.
By the way, Merry Christmas.
Exactly. I'm not trying to insult anybody. I'm just saying this is what you're going to get under a Clinton presidency, is massive political correctness. If you thought it was bad under Obama, oh my God, it's going to get way worse under Hillary.
So what are you doing to welcome all the so-called Syrian, so-called refugees that Obama wants to bring in here?
I don't want to welcome anymore. I mean, I think, look, I am not against immigration. I'm not against immigration, but I am very, very much for vetting. I don't want people here who are going to try to sell. I mean, like I said, look, I have friends who are Hispanic. I have friends who are African American. I have friends. Look, I get along with everybody, but there's got to be some rules in place. It's not just say the immigrants coming over. You got some bad people in the country itself that want to cause harm to the people, of this nation. And the Syrian refugee thing is just an addition to the problem. And I can guarantee you right now, I saw something on my Facebook page a while back.
Let's go over just a little bit this way.
I saw something on my Facebook page a while back, and I'm going to go ahead and have one more cigarette, but I got to get back in line.
Okay.
I saw something on my Facebook page a while back where they had a picture of a Syrian refugee. They even had his name. And they were showing him entering the country.
Take your time, it's fine.
And then they showed him in another photo standing over the body of an innocent civilian. Somebody was trying to let us know that you're bringing in ISIS affiliates. We don't need that. We shouldn't have it. Okay. I'll tell you something else I'm for too. You see all these school shootings that's been happening? Why don't we employ some veterans to go protect those kids?
Agreed.
It can also assist law enforcement. Pay them a good $15 to $20 an hour just to go out there for 8 hours a day, stand out there armed. You're not going to hurt your children. If anything, they're going to protect them. Just leave them alone, and they'll protect against these shooters. That's what I would do.
Well, thank you for talking to us. What is your name again?
Paul Lofton.
Paul Lofton. We appreciate your time, and we appreciate your serving our country.
Sir, thank you, sir. It means everything. I always say, don't listen to the idiots, listen to the L people. You know who the L people are? Yeah, idiot.
All right. I think we have another candidate to speak. RSBN, Right Side Broadcasting Network. And before we talk to our next person, I am in Adam Taxon here in Greenville, North Carolina. Let's get in the light so we can get a good view of you. A handsome young man like yourself. I don't think this is ideal lighting here.
I don't know about young. I'm 62.
62, okay, but we want to thank the people who made it possible for me to be here in Greenville, like the people who donate to RSBN and make it possible for me to travel everywhere throughout the U.S., wherever Trump is going. We're doing our best to provide you with a good pregame show, and we'd like to meet our next guest. What is your name?
Dale.
Dale?
Dale Jennings.
Dale Jennings, and you're 62 years old, and you're a local, and you have some cool rings on, which I'm going to show to people right here.
I am a biker.
You're a biker.
I am.
Awesome. We love our bikers, as Donald Trump would say.
And I am with and 3 years ago, I was in a bad motorcycle accident. I should be dead.
Is that why you have a cane now?
Yes, it is. I'm disabled. And in the last 2 years, I taught more about the Lord than I have in my entire life.
What did you learn?
What I've learned talking about to people about the Lord?
Yeah.
Well, when I talk, I learn how to talk about the Lord, how to help His Word to get out. Because you got to remember, God said He does not take cowards to heaven, He takes fighters. If you don't fight for His name and His Word on this earth, He does not want you in heaven.
Let me ask you a question. Do you consider Donald Trump a fighter?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Is that part of his appeal to you?
Well, that and being honest. You know, he thinks the same way we think, or saying things, because we're tired of the politicians saying one thing and doing another and doing what the lobbyists say. I have a trust in him that he won't do what lobbyists.
Understood. Do you believe his main opponent, Hillary Clinton, has some issues with honesty?
You tell me, Hillary? Yes.
Hillary, whatever.
Yeah, she is not honest. She's been lying since the day one that she got in politics. You know, people say Trump, oh, he's bankrupt 4 times, but I understand that. But what about the hundreds and thousands that he's put to work and been working? That trumps over the 4 that he's bankrupt, because that's how he learned. The only thing that Hillary's done is spent our money.
And how do you feel about how much money she has made in so-called public service?
Too much.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't it drive you crazy how she...
Oh, yeah. She lie about how she does it and how she goes with the State Department. Wrong.
Dale, thank you for talking to us today.
Thank
I
you.
believe that, what's your name once more? Lindsay has brought me another guest. Lindsay, you're doing a great job, especially if you can find Kelsey. But who needs Kelsey when we got Lindsay? Come on over, talk to Right Side Broadcasting Network, and let's do it in the light over here. You can hopefully talk loudly and tell us a little bit about yourself and what brought you here today. Lindsay, you're doing a great job. Everyone in the chat room, say hi to Lindsay and tell her she's doing a great job of bringing guests over to RSBN, and she can read it later in the chat room. Okay, hi.
I'm from New Bern.
Okay, that's near here. Oh, let me just say something to the audience. They don't necessarily know where Greenville, North Carolina is. It's not the biggest city in North Carolina. We're toward the northeast, a little bit east of Rocky Mountain, not quite at the beach. And New Bern is, what, 20 minutes from here?
40 miles toward east.
40 miles from here. RSBN, Right Side Broadcasting Network, Trump's favorite network. Sorry.
About 40 miles to east from here.
Cool. And what brought you out here today?
See Donald?
You're a big Trump fan.
Oh, yes.
See the hat. What do you hope he talks about tonight?
Well, anything he says is wrong.
What do you like most about him, and what do you like least about Hillary Clinton?
Well, you have to use the correct appellation for Clinton. Like the witch from the Black Lagoon.
That's one we haven't heard from before.
You haven't, well. I suggest that you
Speak up just a bit.
use it. Tell it to Donald to use it, which would be appropriate.
Where are you from originally?
I was born overseas. I'm Czech.
You're Czech. Oh, let's talk a little bit. The Czechs know something about communists and people like Hillary Clinton.
Yes.
And you know what? We have not ever interviewed...
I lived under communists, and I was fleeing from them across the wires.
Okay, I have to get back on this stream. Hold on a second. We're going to talk about that in a second.